Good morning, my name is Esmeralda and I'm going to talk about school ethnography. First, I'm going to talk about the definition. An ethnography is a descriptive study of a culture or a determined community. In this case, we can consider a school ethnography as the result of applying an ethnography practice and anthropological reflection of the study of an institution or a school. There are three main characteristics. One of them is the prolonged participation. The researcher is essential for us and for us to be understandable the context, and do not forget to study the point of view of the natives. The ethnographer is never one more of the group that study, so that means that we have to take a limit and integrate as much as possible to properly conduct the result. Integrate the study of the problems and general context of the situation that you are studying, and just guide by theoretical select groups that you think that they are appropriate. Now I'm going to talk about the role of the researcher in school ethnography. You have to take in mind that the researcher is a constructor or reconstructs the reality. It has to have dedication, has to have reflection, and it has to have intuition and empathy. That makes us more easy for us to have the observation, and you have to know that no matter how vulgar, familiar, or routine are the observation, everything can be very revealing for the investigation, and the researcher has to have the ability to have the sense of amazement in each observation that you are doing. Now I'm going to explain some more of the stages at the scholar ethnography. One is the negotiation to access to the field. This is very important for us because it opens or closes the door of the institution that we're going to study. For example, in the days of the observation, it's very important for you on the first day to go to the principal's office and present yourself as studies or as ethnographers in this case. Also, we have the field work, that this information is just basically collect with the work, and there are many techniques that you can use for recollect the information for the field work. These tools that you can use are the participant observation, which means that you are, for example, in a classroom observing what is going on in your surroundings, and interviews. The interviews allows us to know data that otherwise could be impossible to know, and documentary analysis. For example, the documentary analysis consists in tracking of materials like paper, video, audio formats, or whether anything is produced by the community and the researcher himself. Another one is the data analysis. Data analysis is just steps that are taken just to be your analytical reflection, and the ethnographer centralizes the information. Also, you can select, reduct, and organize the data, which means that you take the most important things that you use and develop them in categories. You encrypt all the data. That means that you just focus on what you are researching, and you are seeing what data is left over, so you can make like graphics or just keep studying more in the community to know what is better for your investigation. Another thing that is very important is the ethnographic report, which means that writing academic is a thought rigorously and disciplined intellectual activity that requires all our dedication. It requires tranquility and optimism itself, because it composes our analysis. So it's very important for us and to do it very carefully. Another thing that you cannot leave is credibility in ethnography research, which means that you have to give a panoramic view of the ethnography, stay with a general vision of the facts and be reductionist. This means that you just have to be clear, you have to be subjective, and also you have to stay clear on what you are doing and what you are saying. Another part is a triangulation of the information. That is just like a validation strategy. It can basically be understood by relating the contributions that you made by different agents of research. This means like methods, subject, spaces, times. As I said before, you have to have your clear information and explain yourself. And for the last, I just have to let you know in conclusion that the main contribution that makes the ethnography to the school is just related to two principal purposes. It's about cultural interpretation or cultural description and interpretation of data, and just to know that you have to give the researchers the opportunity to collect all the information as in one person and interpret the data and